Slightly different walk this morning along the side of the allotments in Tetbury, walking up Herd Lane. Very gusty morning this morning. Past the electrical substation that, as far as I know, powers our homes, which are right above where I am now. Up over there somewhere. You may be able to hear the hum from the substation. In fact, we had a small cut in power last night, which I'm attributing to the wind. Just bumped into some neighbours, and I've not been down here for years, and it's just not a route I normally take, but it's very pretty. Snowdrops over there. Our houses are up above this fence way back. One of the reasons I don't come along here is because it's so muddy. These aren't our houses, but they're in the same line. Our houses are further along here behind those trees. So this now opens up into a meadow, Preston Park as it's called, where you can see in the distance the River Avon meandering down, which is where I have been down to that little bridge down there and taken photos recently. Again, it is very muddy, sticky mud, I would say, today, because we've got a strong wind drying the ground, and very slippery. I need to watch where I'm walking, otherwise I shall be down like a felled tree, which has happened before, of course. It was just here many years ago, probably 7 years ago. I took a photo of the present Mrs. Little and our two dogs, Gladys and Fred. I must admit, I think they may have changed the seat. I shall see when I get home. No, I think I was wrong. I think it was this seat that the dogs were sitting on. I'm sure it was. That's rather nice. Memories of Fred. Would have been just after we rescued him that they were sat here. A very busy little dog. Very there is a stone bridge across the river just down here. Just crossing the River Avon. And the alpacas are in a different enclosure today. So now I'm back at my familiar source of the River Avon, and I'm going to resume my walk up to the Trouble House Inn, which along the old railway line, which I don't think I'm going to burden you with. I just see I may not be able to go along that path, so I may need to do something else. We'll see. Oh, I'm weaving about all over the place here. It's so muddy, and I'm going to end up with heavy boots at the end, I think. So 'tis true, the rest of the pathway has been closed off, although I see a lady walking along down there. I don't know if it's really closed off or not. I shall have to ask her. So this is the bit of the path that goes up to the Trouble House Inn, and it has been widened since I last walked up here a week or so ago. I think I'm only able to go so far, but it's quite extraordinary. Some of the rock in that they're pulling out here is actually coal from the trains. Amazing. I'm glad to see none of these trees have been taken down. Apparently this is crushed concrete mixed with some kind of dust, but then something else has got to go on the top of this, so we shall see. This is a famous Cotswold Tetbury view, showing Tetbury Church in the distance with a tributary of the River Avon below. Prince Charles has actually painted this picture, walking past Britain's secret defence system. Don't even think about invading us. I've sort of done part of this walk before, but I've not walked across this field. So I will go through the Kissing Gate. This is a Kissing Gate, and follow the route, which will take me to part of the path that I have been on. Follow this path, I guess. Very muddy. You may be able to see the church in the distance. We'll see how we get on. Very windy as well, but not cold like the last time I was up here. It was absolutely freezing. So, way in the distance there, over the back of that field, is where I'm heading home to, I think. must say that a little earlier I was dumbfounded when two very attractive female joggers came up to me and told me how fantastic I looked. Well, you can imagine what I thought. You know, what if it had been the other way around? Anyway, I did feel quite good having lost 70 odd pounds, 32 kilograms, 5 stone, whatever your method of measurement is. Okay, so I'm back on the path I'm familiar with, over the stile, down through the field, and you can see the church right ahead of us. The wind is howling. This is either a field of barley or wheat, which really will start growing in the next month or so. And here is a path going right through the middle of it. Path. Right, so we have a little problem here. An electric fence blocking off the path. But oh, what's this? The farmer has reduced the height of the fence so as we can climb off over it without doing ourselves a very unpleasant injury. So I'll climb over it. That is to keep the sheep in. This field is a bloody go from side to side, wading through deep mud and soaking soil. Well, here's where we get out of the field, but mud is. There's no way shown to us how to get across this quicksand here. I guess I'm going to have to do it here. Although there's the insulated area of cable there, look. And when I came up here the other day, I said I don't know what it would be like walking through here in the mud. Well, I'm about to find out. God. I don't quite know where I'm going to stand. Oh, maybe if I go down here. Here. God. I'll let you know once I'm through. I did get through, I just needed the balance. But that's not the end of it. Somehow I've got to get through this lot. Oh, I can see a route through here. Lovely smell. It's a farmyard after all. current Mrs. Little is going to go nuts about my boots. Nearly through. Right. We're on the last leg. I must remind myself never to come up here again after we've had a monsoon. So walking along now by the old tithe barn, popular for weddings here in Tetbury, and towards the Tetbury Hospital and the church there in the distance. The end is in sight. But my feet are extremely heavy. I'm going up to the hospital car park to take a photo, or no, a little bit of video of one of my favourite places, favourite views of Tetbury. So I think this is one of the nicest views of Tetbury here, just by the hospital, looking over the rooftops to the church. So here is Wiltshire Bridge, looking back into Tetbury. So I'm going to join up with the old railway line just up as far as the cafe and then walk up the hill home. Sorry if my videos are really tedious, but what can you do when you can only go a couple of miles from home?
Oh, hello.
Hello, Jane. The local pub closed for the duration. Disastrous. Here we have Phil, the postman. Morning, mate. Oh, it's you two. So this is Phil delivering the mail. And he was talking to my next door neighbours who are tragically moving away, having been here for 25 years next door to us. They managed to pull up this that way. So this cuts down to our house. And here is the veritable pantechnicon that Jane and Trevor have had to transfer their possessions to Cornwall. Very sad day tomorrow when they leave. Very sad. Wonderful neighbours. Love them to bits. Hopefully we were as good neighbours to them as they were to us. If anyone's interested, that was 10,000 sorry, 11,400 steps. 5 miles.